The vice president was in Pennsylvania not to talk about Vanity Fair, but talk about the economy. Here he is, Money Sound Bites, number 17.
The average American family lost $3,000 of take-home pay through the terrible inflation of the Biden administration. In just 10 months of the Trump administration, the average American family has gained about $1,000 of take-home pay. Now that difference could not be starker. When Joe Biden was president for 4 years, he took $3,000 out of your pocket. And in just 10 months of the president's leadership, we have put $1,000 back in your pocket. That's what that means. And that's just the beginning, my friends. That is just the beginning. Because if you look at what we are doing every single day, you are going to have, and if this doesn't turn out to be true, I'll come back here and you can all tell me I'm wrong, but I'm telling you it's going to be true. You are going to have middle-class Americans, middle-class Pennsylvanians, some of the best tax season in 2026 that you've ever had. Because if you look at no taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips, when we talk about no taxes on your auto loans if you buy an American-made car, now those are political words. I'm sure you've heard them on TV, but starting with tax season in just a couple of weeks, you're going to see that in your tax refund. That's what that means. More money in your pocket because you've got a president and a Congress that are fighting for you for a change, and that's exactly what it should be.
All right, that's served by Ohio's J.D. Vance. Here's Volley by Pennsylvania's Josh Shapiro.
I think it is insulting to the people of Pennsylvania that this guy shows up and lies to the good people of Pennsylvania and tries to convince them to unsee something they saw with their own eyes, rising prices at the grocery store and elsewhere. So I guess JD was afraid to upset his boss, and this is what you get, more lies here in Pennsylvania. Good people of Pennsylvania are pretty darn smart, and I know they'll reject JD's BS.
Julian's first, because I know you need to go soon. If that's the messaging for the midterms, leave aside a potential 2028 matchup. If that's the messaging for the midterms, who gets the better of that argument?
They both do badly because they're both pointing at the other person when both should be campaigning on a program to do things that matter to voters and the economy. It's completely true what J.D. Vance is saying, that the economy is much better than it was under Biden. But as I said before, most voters feel like the economy is still unsatisfactory to them because of interest rates, because of inflation on down the line. So just saying the economy is a lot better than it was under Biden isn't going to cut it for most people. So, why they don't have a program that is aggressively about building new housing, using a free market model, dealing with healthcare, which the White House hasn't really leaned into, what the House Republicans attempting to do on healthcare, why they aren't articulating a sort of free market. The government isn't the solution. The government is the problem, like Reagan. Why they aren't articulating a real clear agenda that people can understand that's forward-looking is beyond me. As for Democrats, same thing. Democrats were the author of the unaffordability crisis. Through government spending and regulation, sort of drowning the economy with cash that the economy didn't need in 2021 and 2022. They clearly have a big part of the responsibility of the inflation and the affordability crisis. And what are the Democrats looking to do again? They're looking sort of to do the same thing. They are looking to do more government handouts, more redistribution, more regulation and price controls of the housing market, the very things that brought us the affordability crisis. It sounds attractive to people that aren't very sophisticated. It sounds appealing because they have an agenda, but it's ultimately a program that's going to lead them nowhere. And what the Democrats should be doing is sort of going back to where they were a couple of generations ago or a generation ago and talking about building in a much more meaningful way. But I don't think the Democrats have the guts to stand up to the far left activist groups that want redistribution, identity politics, a bigger welfare state. So I think it's a sort of a pox on both houses. They are both missing a giant opportunity to articulate a really meaningful program from the political center that could work.
If you're looking for holiday gifts, look no further than Cozy Earth. They make the softest, best fitting of everything. They make great sheets and towels, blankets, the bubble cuddle blanket. You've heard me talk about it before. And great pants. The pants are award-winning. You heard me yesterday read a letter from one of our happy, satisfied customers about the front zippered pocket. Big fan of the front zippered pocket. Anyway, I'm saving amazing 40% off everything on the Cozy Earth website right now. Viscose made from bamboo, extraordinarily soft and comfortable. Everything, clothes, towels, sheets, blankets, etc. Go to CozyEarth.com, use the promo code TWOWAY for 40% off. And if you get the post-purchase survey, please tell them you heard about Cozy Earth here on TWOWAY Tonight. Again, give the gifts of comfort that lasts beyond the holidays, carries into a cozy new year. CozyEarth.com, promo code TWOWAY.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the TWOWAY community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and TWOWAY Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.